Hi, Anna. I saw you pop up, so I thought if you're ready, we can go ahead and get started. I know it's a couple minutes early, but that's perfectly fine if you're
Okay,
ready
that
to
works.
go.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, did you have a good weekend?
Yes. What about you?
I did, yes, thank you. Alrighty, so for today, what would you say is maybe your number one goal for this session?
Just to work on the song a little bit. I just ran through it like right before
Okay,
the get warmed up a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
great. What were
but
some of the things you noticed?
I think my voice feels really good today. It felt really good, and I think I'm having a good balance of like the vibrato and the bright. So it felt pretty good
Yeah.
when I ran through it, which is good. I just sang like a nya 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 like for like 2 seconds to warm up, and then I
Hmm.
started singing, and it felt really good.
Nice. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, so then what would you say is maybe kind of like thinking ahead? What are maybe the most important goals that we have in this like near future and then more like long-term goals?
Um, to get the Dorothy song really well and start working on the Scarecrow. I did not practice that at all this week, but I did practice the Dorothy song. And so to get those really well, and then after that to just continue with Heart of Stone and get that really well after the audition happens. Need to go grab a charger really quick.
Yeah, awesome. Good. So we're both kind of on the same wavelength there.
Hmm.
Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and get to singing. So I know that you already sang through, but I'd love to try just a few exercises to make sure that we're kind of getting the right techniques and everything. Are you feeling pretty confident going into the audition right now, or are you still feeling like, you've got some room to grow kind of a thing?
I think I got some room to grow a little bit.
Okay, perfect. No, no worries at all. Alrighty, so hey, that's okay. We all have room to grow, so I'm right there with you. I'm always trying to, improve myself. Okay, so I want to start a little bit lower first. Can we try first on a hum? We're gonna do an so just humming through here, breathing in. Hmm. 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 All right, so let's try now. Mm, let's do on a that V consonant. Let's do on breathing in. right. So let's go ahead and slide down. Excellent. Great. So let's try next. Let's do on vowels. Let's do E, A, I, A. And let's add a consonant. Let's do C, A, I, A. C, A, ya. Breathing in. C, A, I, A. 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 C, I, C, I, C, I, C, I. C, I. C, I. C, I. All right, let's go ahead and slide down. All right, so let's try now, focusing more on the kind of tone quality we want for the pieces we're working on right now. Let's do on wah, 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 wah. Breathing in. Wah, 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 wah. 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 Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, right. Excellent. So let's slide down. Ah. All right. So, how'd that feel?
Pretty good. It was kind of tiring, but it felt pretty good that I was able to go that high and stuff.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. We did. I stretched you a little bit farther, both lower and higher today, and you're sounding great. Let's do a whoop,
Ooh,
whoop.
ooh,
Good. All right. So let's try a woohoo.
woohoo!
Woohoo.
Ooh.
Excellent. Very nice. All right. So, why don't we go ahead and I want you to pull up your song that you were working on and just show me where it's at and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops so high above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow. Fly beyond the rainbow, I can touch.
Awesome. All right. So, what did you like about that run through? What was working well?
Um, I think the vibrato and a little bit of the emotion. I still need to work on it, but at the same time, I think I was improved on that. And like my diction and stuff.
Excellent. Yes. Okay. So, a lot of good progress here. So, what would you say are still things that you feel like you could improve on?
Breath placement and like the right tone, and still a little bit of emotion, like the variety of emotion.
Nice. Yes. I love that. Okay. So, describe for me what kind of tone you want to have here.
Um, like definitely mixed voice vibrato, like a very strong mixed voice with vibrato.
Okay. All right. So if you were going to work on this on your own, what would be the first thing that you would think of doing to help with those things?
Maybe sing it on vowels or sing it on like VVV or something.
Yeah. Okay. So what vowel would help us get the kind of tone that we're looking for here, do you think?
Um, like E and A probably or ah.
Okay. All right. So let's try. I'm going to have you try on. Actually, I'm going to have you try on go, 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 go. Can we try that this time through?
Let me say it.
Two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Go, 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 go.
Okay, all right. So, how did that feel different for you?
It felt a lot stronger and like interesting, and I think it really improved.
Okay, all right. So, what in particular made it feel stronger? How would you describe the sensations in your body?
I was able to kind of figure out like I only messed up on the pick like one time-ish, but for the most part I was able to stay on pitch and I was able to like the tone like stayed strong but also keeping the vibrato and staying around. So it was kind of like a good mix because she's like younger but she also has vibrato and stuff. So it was kind of like
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, good. Excellent. All right. So then, I want you to try. Let's go through it one time on the vowels. So, I, and don't let the consonants color the vowels. So pure vowels. Right? So nice pure vowels flowing and legato throughout, a nice rich tone, vibrato, that nice balance of brightness and warmth here. Okay, so very legato, really utilize your breath. So stay very grounded and anchored with your core. When you breathe, I want you to think about expanding lower. Keep that rib cage open, open, open through the phrases so that diaphragm can do its work. And then you can reset it between phrases, but through the phrase, lift, 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 all through the phrase. Okay. Let's try that. And remember, expanding all the way around in the back of your torso as well.
One, two, three, four.
Okay, good. Yes, much more legato. So I did want to point out one thing I've noticed a couple times. It's just happening on the "that's where you'll find me." We're going a little bit sharp on find. So we're going a little bit too high. So why do we go sharp? What happens when we go sharp? Do you know?
It like, well, it's off pitch and it like is the wrong note, and I feel like I'm like jumping higher than I think the note is.
Yes, yeah. So do you think that it's in your mind the note is higher than what it actually is?
Yes.
It could be that, yeah. It also could be if you have a little bit of extra tension, maybe in your neck, jaw, or tongue, we can unintentionally do it. Also, if you're pushing a little too hard. So it could be that you're thinking that it's higher than it is. And so you're kind of like reaching or pushing a little bit. And that could be why. It also could be if you have inconsistent air pressure, or overcompensating. So you like send too much air into that note, it can go a little bit sharp. It also could be a little bit of the muscle coordination of that leap. Where you'll find, da 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 da. Maybe that interval. Maybe we need to practice that interval a little bit. Also, depending on where it falls in your register. So, if you're like right on top of a break or it's jumping over a break, sometimes those kind of things can make that coordination a little bit tricky. It could also be just like an ear thing and maybe like your muscle memory with like that pitch and this feeling aren't quite syncing up.
Mhm.
So it could be a few things, but I want you to try really loosening your body a little bit. Try to like wiggle any tension out of like your neck and shoulders. We're gonna work on just that leap for a second. So let's try on. Just try that right now. Excellent. Yes. So let's just shake your head no while we do it. V, 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 V. Better. Now let's try they, nodding. Good. We had just a little bit of like a wiggle that time, but it was still there. I want you to think instead of up on this, I want you to think more forward and out, okay? So think a little bit more of like a lift in the cheekbones or like a spiraling energy through your forehead. So thinking more this kind of area vibrating into here forward. So now let's try on do, 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 do. Good. This time, let's try. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good. Now let's try on softly. Na, 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 na. Yes, beautiful. Excellent. How'd that feel?
Really good.
Yes, lovely, lovely. All right, so now let's try on those vowels. That ah is not quite as open as you think. Keep it a little more closed than you think. good. Did that feel better?
Mhm.
Excellent. All right, so let's try that. Again, this time let's do on your words.
Okay. The whole song or just that line?
Let's try the whole song.
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, small land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Some where the rainbow skies are blue. Sad dreams that you dare to dream, they do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. It smells like lemon drops away above the chimney tops that you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, it's far. Fly over the rainbow, I found I can't. Fly beyond the rain and
All right, lovely. How was our tone and our breath and our pitch there?
I think it felt really good. I think the find me the that part also went really well. I like remembered it and stuff.
I agree. Yes, lovely. All right. So then let's go ahead and we are going to try going through it again. And this time we're going to really pay attention to the diction. So
Mhm.
really over exaggerate it for me. Somewhere over the rainbow. Really exaggerating that diction, okay?
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Something over the rainbow, skies are blue. Dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wake up on a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, it's far, it's far over the rainbow. I can't. It's happy little Birds fly beyond the rainbow. I can't.
Awesome. All right. Good. So for this style, I think we want to have more diction for one. We also want to have, mm, think of pure vowels, really open, tall vowels, but also with a little bit more of that forward tongue placement and that lift into the cheekbones here. So this is open, but also that lift more forward. I would say generally more rounded lip shapes there. I think a nice balanced, efficient vocal fold usage, so not over pressurized and not too light either. A nice clarity. Um, Really crisp, clean consonants, but not like lingering on them. So they're short, they're crisp, they're clean. We're getting right to the vowels. We're holding on the vowels and tacking on the consonants at the end. So tell me a little bit more about this character. Did you have some time to research the character a bit more and find out, who she is and what's going on in this moment?
Not yet, but I have been kind of like thinking through like trying to figure out when I'm gonna sound sad and like how to sound sad a little bit. I've been having a
Yeah.
little bit of trouble, but I'm definitely trying to like
Yeah. And
figure.
I don't know that it has to all sound sad because I think of this also as pretty hopeful.
Yeah.
And that it's like thinking of the possibilities out there. And I mean,
Mhm.
I would think that thinking of these, you know, the birds flying. And I mean, these are some really pretty pictures that you can have in your mind. So
Mhm.
going and saying like, oh, these are, really sweet things. So I would think a little bit of a feeling of like bittersweet, like I want to be part of that. But also that it's like a joy that they get to have that, even if, you're not experiencing that, it still is a beautiful, joyous thing that they get to have that and that exists out there in the world. So I think of it as a beautiful, joyful kind of a feeling. Um, when I think about that. So if you think of kind of the shape of this, um, the shape of the song at the beginning, what do you think is her emotion there?
Frustrated from like being scolded and all the things.
Okay, so a little bit of frustration going on. And then what would you say, would be kind of like where it goes from there? How does her emotion change?
I think like that after the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true, like it's kind of like getting into that imaginary world, and then she becomes more hopeful at that like bridge part, and then she is very hopeful for the rest of the song until like the last two sections, and then she gets kind of like bittersweet, kind of sad.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then what would you say at the ending is the emotion there?
Sad and like kind of like doesn't not understanding like why she can't be hopeful and have the life that she wants.
Mhm. Do you think that there are any moments in this song that are hopeful, that are like, I could have this. I'm gonna find a way to have this in my life?
I think someday I'll wish upon a star. Like that part is kind of like hopeful, and then like
Mm-hmm.
um it's like it's that's where you'll find me is like I could actually have this, and then bluebirds fly, and then after the why then oh why can't I is that kind of when she starts to get sad, but before that she's like really hopeful.
Yeah. Okay. So, hmm. What would you say is, hmm, what would you say is her personality generally?
A little bit ditzy and kind of like imaginative a little bit.
Okay, I could see that. Um, yeah, and I also see her as a very strong character. And she's stubborn and she's tenacious. And she is, like nothing can keep me from my dreams. Like she's very determined too. She's strong, she's compassionate. So there's a lot of good in her, I would say. So then what would you say um, is the way that you imagine she would stand or hold her head?
Probably pretty high, like kind of like confident, especially when she like is imagining herself and her confidence and is like, this is where I can be and
Hmm.
determined when she's in her determined mode.
Okay. Yeah. And so then, what would you say as far as, mm, okay. So let's go ahead and put that away for a second. I want to go through this song. Think about her emotions at different parts of the song and how that affects your dynamic levels and your phrasing.
Mhm.
Okay, let's try that.
Two, three, one, two, three, four.
Um, Smile and that I am singing singing over the rainbow, skies are green. The dreams that you dare to dream, they do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops are way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Some over the rainbow. Fly behind.
Okay, so what did you like about that run through? What changed?
The motion, like, I think I did a pretty good job with like with like the variety of emotion and not the same one overall. And
Okay, yeah.
it helped affect the dynamics, like, and give the dynamics like a purpose and a reason to like.
Mm. Giving the dynamics a purpose. I love that. Yes, good. All right, so who do you think that, as Dorothy, who could you be talking to if you were singing this song? Who would you direct it towards?
Toto, probably.
Yeah, your dog. And I would say Toto is your best friend. So it's
Mhm.
like you're sharing these dreams with your best friend in the whole world. So if you think of your actual best friend, and you sing it to them, how does that change it? So I want you to try picturing your best friend and I want you to sing it to them. And I want you to think about something that you really, really want, something that you dream of, something that you're like, oh, this would be amazing. I so wish I could have this or do this. Wouldn't that be amazing? And something that, maybe you're like, I don't know if I'll ever get to have that, but I just think it would be so great. And I've seen it online, or I've heard about it from other people, and I just would love to go on vacation there, or I just think it'd be wonderful to get to do XYZ. So think about something that you just so strongly desire and share that with them in your mind. Okay? Let's try that.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Over the there are some lands that I once said I love. Some over the rainbow, songs are playing, and the dreams that you dare to dream me to come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll be. Somewhere over the rainbow. Spy over the rainbow. It can't run. Spy beyond the rainbow.
Okay, good. All right. How did that feel?
It felt good. I was kind of like into it. Like I felt into it, not just
Yeah.
acting, but like into it, kind of.
Oh, I love that. That's wonderful. I think that's the goal. So that's beautiful to hear. So what would you say now? Um, what is your favorite thing that you're doing with it at this point?
I think the emotion like attached to the dynamics, like I'm kind of proud of like the crescendo at the end of the last song. I think
Mm.
adds emotion. So I think the link between the dynamics and the emotion adds like artistry.
Yeah, I agree with that. Beautiful. And if you were going to give yourself maybe one main takeaway, the thing that maybe was the most helpful and the most beneficial for that song today, what would that be?
Definitely the picturing talking to the best friend.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm going to keep that this week, that thinking about that best friend, communicating with them, and, sharing that with them. Do you also want to try working a little bit on another song, like something that you could use for like chapel band or other things like that? With our last little bit here, I think you did some really solid work with that one. So I'd love to try a little bit of another one, even just to feel like the contrast in styles. So what do you think would be a good next one to look at for today?
Maybe the scarecrow, probably.
Sure, yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's try a little bit of our Scarecrow song. So for this one, how do you think this is going to be different than our Dorothy song?
Um, Definitely like comedic and um like I feel like he's still like imaginative and hopeful, but like in a completely different way, and he's kind of like clumsy and silly, and like it'll be very different. Like Dorothy is kind of strong and confident and really wants this, and like he really
Hmm.
wants this too, but he's just kind of like going around and is really clumsy, where Dorothy kind of knows what she wants and wants it and is going to like really like she's more emotionally involved, I feel like.
Yes, yeah. Okay, yes, definitely. So let's go ahead. I don't think we've done this one together yet, right?
Yeah, I haven't really sung through it ever.
Okay. So let's just kind of pull it up and let's just kind of like you've listened to it. So let's try like a do 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 through it like do 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 do. Do 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 do. Like just kind of like do do doing through it, just kind of getting a little more familiar with it. Because we're just kind of learning it. So let's go ahead and we're just gonna try it.
Could I sing along with the demo to begin with? Like if I
Yeah,
did
for sure. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, with the voice. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like really high pitched because it's in a female key.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Said the blackbird, well, well, well.
And I cannot find it in the music because I have the PDF of the music pulled up. I just cannot find like where they are.
Oh!
Um, because it starts at had an ounce of common sense I could, and then it says why shucks while away the hours. Would that be after this part?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
I know that's not helpful. So why don't we just kind of like hum along with them for now? Just kind of listening through and humming with them first off. Yeah, if you haven't like practiced it at all, it's like brand new. So we're just kind of scratching the surface here.
Okay.
If I had an ounce of common sense, if he had an ounce of common sense, I could while away the hours, caroling with the flowers. So now, my thoughts were busy naturally my own had a brain. I travel every minute, very individual, it's trouble. When the sun in the sea, if I only had a brain. Then I'd sit and think so long. I would not be just a nothing. My head all full of nothing on my own. If I could read a if I only had a brain.
There we go. I think I figured it out by the end.
Nice. Great. Excellent. Okay, so then um let's go through on let's do this one on na 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 na.
Okay.
If I had an ounce of common sense, if he had an ounce of common sense, I could one day hours. So now, I unravel every minute, but in the middle, it's rolling. Finally, and I said, and it's a lie. I would not be just a number. I had a whole stuff. My heart like a dream. And if I had
All right, nice. Okay, so do you want to try on the words one time?
Sure.
Okay.
If they had an I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. My head, I'd be distracted while my thoughts were busy action in my only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble and pain. With the thought in the fear, if I only had a brain. Oh, I can tell you why the oceans feel the shore. Then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just unhappy, my head all full of stuff and my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a dairy if I only had a brain.
That's a fun song.
Yes. Yeah. So for this one, we're using more of a character voice too. So try doing like like a little more nasality. Give me a
Yeah.
Yeah. So try, I would not be just a nothing.
I would not be just a nothing.
My head all full of stuffing.
My head all full of stuffing.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have to be a little more like silly and create that character voice there. Can we try going through it like really overdoing that nasality for this character?
Yeah.
Great.
If they I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consoling with the rain. In my head, I'd be distraction while my thoughts were busy hacking if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble and pain. If I only had a brain. Oh, I can tell you why the ocean's near the shore. And then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a dignitary if I only had a brain.
Nice. All right. Beautiful. Good. How'd that feel?
Pretty good. It was fun, and I think it felt pretty good.
Good, excellent. So if you were going to give yourself maybe the number one thing for that song that you want to do this week, what would that be?
Probably just as nasally as possible, kind of obnoxious, like in a good way.
Okay, obnoxious in a good way. Love it. Awesome. So, what's going to be our practice plan for this week?
Probably to practice just a little bit of the Scarecrow song, but to mostly focus on the Somewhere Over the Rainbow with all we practice in. Excuse me.
You're good.
Probably practicing every other day.
Okay, great. So then remind me, when is this audition?
Aug August 19th, I think.
Okay, great. So looking ahead, that'll be a Tuesday. Did you want to try to meet, let's see. So I know you're back to school. So do you want to try to meet Wednesday the 13th, or do you want to try to do a different day? What would maybe work best for you? Because our like regular every other would be Wednesday the 13th. I know this was like an extra one that we had added. What would maybe work for you for next week?
Will you be available sometime Saturday the 16th, like before
Yeah.
the audition?
Yes. Let's see. Would you be able to do 1:15? Would that work for you?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So 1:15, Saturday the 16th.
That sounds
Works
good.
perfectly for me.
Perfect.
Great. So that way you can get another in before the audition. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. I've got you on the calendar, and that'll be great because it gets us next week, but it's like a little bit closer to the
Sure.
audition on the 19th. So we can really polish up the audition then. So make sure you feel really, really comfortable with this one, and we'll focus more on like audition techniques for then. If you do get any scripts or anything you want to run through for that as well, we can work on like your slate in and the scripts and all of that. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful work today, Miss Anna. And if you
Okay, thank
want, you can do like a voice memo on a phone or something and just like email it to me and I can listen through or do like a video of you acting it out and stuff too. And I can send you some comments while you're practicing
Okay,
this week.
cool. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice work today. All right. I look forward to seeing you on that Saturday. Have a good one.
Bye,
Bye,
you
Anna. Have
too.
fun starting back to school.
Thank you.